C11 Studios. Got a special guest in the building tonight. One time, Wondr94.
Wondr94. What's up? What's up? I want to clap.
Okay. Nice having you, man.
Yeah, it's great to be here, man.
Shouts out to the camp. Yeah. All right. Let the viewers and the fans know why the name Wondr94.
Yeah, so basically it all started in college. I was making music with a friend, just kind of for fun. Actually, I wouldn't even say I was making music with a friend. It was just me solo making music, doing it for fun.
Wow.
And then I linked up at a show with a friend to have him come on, be my hype man. And then we were like, we should do this together. This is cool. He's a really good rapper. He doesn't make music anymore, but we started a duo, a hip hop duo. When we were in college, and then we decided, we needed a name.
Yeah.
That whole process was pretty simple. It was just like texting, going back and forth, cool words, all that stuff. Wondr came through, and we're like, that sounds kind of cool. Like, let's switch it up, take the E out, make it all caps. Like, it's a hard word because Wondr is like, you go searching on Google, you're just gonna get like Wondr, like,
right?
The typical word and all these other things.
Yeah.
So we kind of split it up, but after we split up, I kind of wanted to give the name a little bit more meaning, and as a kid, I always had big dreams, big goals. I wanted to be like anything that was professional, like soccer player, football player, rock star, whatever, skateboarder. I wanted to be professional, do it.
You got it.
It was always like a sense of wonder, like, what can I do? And I think I still have that huge sense of wonder with that. Whenever it comes to making music, making content, having these goals to work with NASCAR, Formula One, it's just like, I wonder what we can do to really change the game. Yeah, it's kind of just morphed into what the name is.
Very good. Okay, not bad. That's all right, man. Very good. I like that, dude. Okay, tap in. All right, tell us about your early years growing up in the city, man.
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
So I didn't grow up in Massachusetts, really. My dad grew up in Boston. He grew up in Chelsea, Boston.
Okay.
My mom grew up in New Hampshire. I kind of just grew up in the Cary area, I think, like back when it was like farms, and there was like a few like starter home developments. It was like way back in the day. Now it's like all this, like Briar Creek. None of this existed back then.
Wow.
But kind of grew up around there. I mean, pretty great childhood, honestly. I had a really supportive family.
Yeah.
My parents kind of came from a rough area, and so they were very much pushing me to do what I wanted to do. Because my dad came from nothing, and he's just like, if I can do it, you can do whatever the hell you want to be. Like, he's like, if you want to be a rock star, go for it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll support that. My dad grew up playing guitar and all that stuff, and so he kind of got me into it when I was pretty young, and I started making music. I mean, I was like in second grade. I had my first guitar, and I was doing like the recitals at my school, just playing like I don't even know what I was playing. I was playing like Smoke on the Water. It was like just nothing to do with what the recital was. It was like a play, and I was just, hey, can I play the guitar like in the beginning? And they're like, yeah, you can do that. I'm like, all right, sweet.
Very good.
And so that was like my first taste of all that, and kind of grew up around music in the household, just with. Classic rock was big. I was really big in classic rock when I was young. I mean, I didn't have tattoos. Dream On tattoos, Aerosmith.
Yeah.
I was like my dad and I song whenever we cruise around, go to like basketball games or whatever we were doing when I was young playing sports. Yeah. We'd always throw that on and like get the energy going.
That's it.
That was always the vibe. So that's just a little bit of what it was like.
Very good. Now tell all the viewers and the fans who don't know, how old are you?
I'm 28.
28 years old, yes, same age. Yeah, 28.
Yeah, it's a big year, man.
Very good, very good.
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
I feel like time's flying.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like I'm like 13 still, but it's all right.
It's all right, man. Who? Let me say this first. How many siblings do you have?
Got 2 siblings.
Okay, just you and the bro.
My sister.
Wow.
Yeah. She lives out in Los Angeles too.
Wow, that's what's up, man. Tap in.
A lot of families out there.
Okay. Who inspired you growing up? Wondr?
Man, I mean, ultimately, it's parents.
Good.
I think like I just heard. I mean, I was around a lot of their story too, and like, when I was 8 months old, that's when we moved out of New Hampshire, and we like decided to make this huge risk to get out of where our family's been.
That's right.
Ages, and like they took that risk, and just watching them, go from where they were to where they are now, it's just like, damn, like that's like the ultimate inspiration. It's like, man, you're like, you really did it, and you raised like some really like a good family. Like they did it well. Like, wow. So I don't know, something about that, like just the way my dad, conversates with us, talks to us about things. My mom talks to us, just like learning the best way to like be, a son and
Yeah.
parents. I don't know. It's interesting just
Right.
saying that, but that's that's on like the family side of things. When it comes to like music, it's so many different artists. I grew up around so many different things. I mean,
Very good.
being in North Carolina, I was like P.D. Pablo. Those guys were all like very popular when I was really young.
Yes, dude.
And so kind of
yes.
you're hearing it. Not a lot of people were knowing about P.D. Pablo back then, but that was like my first rap CD.
And it's
so,
good that you had your daddy in your life because he shaped you.
Yeah, man, I'm thankful for that.
Yeah, he shaped you into who you are today.
Yeah, man, it's a blessing to be able to have that.
Hey, absolutely, man. Now, what made you initially get into music? Like, when did you start taking it serious?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
man, it's crazy. I was doing it for so long before I really took it seriously. I think I always had this dream when I was a kid, and it was to be like a rock star. Like School of Rock, the movie was out, and I was like, these kids are like my age and they're fucking rock stars. Man, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And but I never took it full on seriously until I think it was like end of high school. I kind of started really making music, but it wasn't serious. It wasn't like I'm putting this out as an artist. I was just like writing songs for the first time.
That's right.
And it was predominantly like hip hop because that's what I was listening to at the time. Wow. And once I got to college, I was kind of figuring things out because I was like, well, do I want to do the music business side of this? I think I always knew I didn't.
Yeah.
I think I just wanted to learn it. I'm a very like active, creative person, so I'm like always trying to like be out doing stuff. I can't be like sitting there just looking at numbers. Like,
That's right.
I gotta be thinking and making like stuff up.
That's right.
And
Absolutely.
so, I fell in love with music when I went to Brooklyn, actually for like, I did a semester there in college. And I got just some random connections into the hip hop scene up there.
Yes.
Just a lot of kids my age that were just like, they were throwing ciphers and shows and just warehouses in middle of nowhere Brooklyn. Just like the coolest experiences I've ever been to. I'm like, damn, like that's what ultimately made me realize like, nah, I want to do music.
That's right.
And so like it was like later on in college I decided to take it seriously and
good.
You know.
What college did you go to?
I went to Belmont in Tennessee. Yeah.
Okay.
It was a really great college to go to.
Very good.
I was lucky to go there, and a lot of good friendships, a lot of friends that I work with that I'm still working with now, which is super dope. I think the biggest thing I got from any of that was just connections.
Connections, like, man, is big. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Relationships. Yeah, man, it really is, and they're all just like homies too. So it's not really necessarily like a connection. It's just a friendship that I built. Got
to have it, man. Known this guy right here since we was in high school, man. Crazy. 13, 14 years old, man.
Love that.
So it's always good to do business with people that's your friends and people you known for a long time. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, you can fight and like understand each other a little bit, you know?
You can. Yes, you can. Okay, tap in. This is Sports Betters Media. I am Hip Hop Mag, C11 Studios, Wondr94 in the building. Wondr, being in the music business now, and you know a lot about music, what can you say has changed in the past 20 years as far as music?
So much.
Yes.
I mean, I just think about it all the time now, especially in the past 2 years with TikTok and like all these different ways you can blow up without even being acquainted with like anybody. You could just be some random kid just chilling in your house and blow up. And it's like, it's just interesting to see the way labels are moving these days. You know, there's a complete change in who they're signing, why they're signing them. And I don't know, man, like,
a lot of bubblegum music out.
It's very saturated. I mean, and it makes it a little bit, you know, it makes it tough because you're just like, I think as an independent artist, you start to see so many people that are so talented. Yeah. And you're like, damn, like, I don't know if I can do this. Yeah. You know, like maybe back then you just have like the big artists, like you have the Drake, Kendrick, so like it's very few people, and you're kind of like, hey, I got an opportunity. Like there's not a million people doing it. Like there's still some spots. Oh my god. Now it's like you feel like you're a little bit stressed on it, but there's no reason to stress. There's always opportunity for you wherever your lane is. You just got to keep working. But
and you said it right. Excuse me. You said it's competitive now, but you got to stay in your lane. That's the most important thing. Come on, man, tap in. That's very good, boy. Okay. Now I see you made that hit single called Pages.
Pages, yeah.
How's that going in the streets?
Pages is going well, man. That was kind of my toes kind of stepping into the more rock side of me. I feel like that's kind of where my music's heading, but you know, I don't want to lose touch with my hip hop roots, just in terms of like I just made so much hip hop music over the years. Very good. And so like just trying to find ways to create, you know, my own genre within it, which is, you know, cliche to say these days. Everyone's like, I'm creating my own genre. At the same time, like everyone's kind of making similar music because it's so so all over the place. But
Yep.
you know, Pages was cool too because it was like my first viral videos on TikTok were coming from Pages. And when I say like first viral video, I mean like a first viral video behind a song, like where it was specifically like I was making a video about the song. And that was a goal of mine.
A very good song.
Because I had some like viral videos
Very
go
creative.
well, but like those weren't specifically like, here's a song, here's me singing the song in the video. So that was what Pages had happened. Like I had me singing the song in the video, and I was like, this is interesting because you're seeing all these fans really quickly, and you're seeing the power of TikTok.
Yes.
And these listeners, and they're actually going over to your pages, they're clicking your links, and
Right.
they're really going through, like,
Right.
and those click ratios are not easy. It's interesting. It's just so different than Instagram.
Yeah.
So
I got a question for you about that too. Don't go into deep.
Yeah,
into it.
sure, man.
Okay. Wondr94, tell all the viewers how important visuals are today in 2022 when you put
Music
out hit
videos?
singles like that, Pages.
Man, I think music videos are super important. When the song, you know, I saw an artist talk about it. He said when the song deserves a music video.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that makes sense. Like it's when you have a song that's really got traction and people are really loving it. I think
Yes.
they want to have some more emotional connection to the song. And you get that a specific connection when you're listening to it, sure.
Yeah.
But when you put a visual behind it, you see a whole different side of the song.
That's right.
That maybe you didn't realize. Like
That's
it's
right.
really the artist telling you what he wants to say
Yes.
the song's about. And you don't get that unless you're going on Genius and reading the lyrics, but not a lot of people do that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just extra content too to promote yourself, man. Like that's huge. Like
That's it.
more views, more clicks, more reasons for people to like you. Get the face, the image behind what it is too.
It's all about marketing at the end of the day, because if you can put out a good music video that's maybe 1-2 minutes long,
Yeah.
and have people just coming back to it,
Yeah.
clicking it over again, it sticks.
Oh yeah.
So hey, tap in.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. Okay. Tell everybody what goes into being an artist on a day-to-day basis.
A lot.
Okay.
The hardest thing is, you know, being your own boss.
Yeah.
'Cause there's a lot of things you need to get done. I mean, it's like you're
There you go.
handling social media, you're handling websites, you're handling merch, you're handling shows,
Yes.
and you're doing interviews like this. You're trying to be in places, and you're trying to really make those opportunities happen for yourself. And it's easy just to relax and kind of get caught up and just not work if you don't want to. You know,
Right.
You can say, I'll get to it. I'll go downstairs and eat
Yeah.
a bowl of cereal and then come back up here. And then
That's-
like,
yeah.
an hour
Yeah.
later, you're like, I just wasted a lot of time.
Mhm.
So it's like the biggest thing is just being a personal motivator and really getting yourself to do the work. And all that takes is just sitting down and starting it. But
That's it.
yeah, man. And I procrastinate all the time, but you know, it's just I think you learn a lot more about yourself.
Yeah.
And you grow even more just because you're just with yourself all the time. So
Mhm.
you're really noticing everything that you're doing. You're really thinking about everything that you're doing, and you're just analyzing it, working on it, making it better.
Yep.
And so like that's pretty cool. Like not a lot of that happens outside of just working in the studio. So
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Wondr94 dropping facts. Sports Betters Media. I am Hip Hop Mag. C11 Studios. You got any other projects out there you working on? Like you said, merch,
Yeah.
clothing.
Yeah, so we got a new merch line that's pre-sale right now on the website. I don't think I've even really made a full announcement about it. There's just been so much going on.
Yeah.
But I've been kind of teasing it a little bit.
Very good. Okay.
That's out. We got a new song that just came out on Friday called Papa.
Mhm.
So just trying to be really focusing on content for that.
That's
figuring
right.
out how I can push it.
That's right.
Because it's definitely like a different song. It's a little bit more like R&B, hip hop ish, and
Yeah.
you know, like I've promoted a few songs on TikTok, but nothing in this lane. So it's just like you're always trying to think about
Yeah.
creative ways to like make
Yeah.
the point and get the song.
Got to stay creative, man.
Yeah.
Got to stay motivated.
Oh yeah.
Tell all the viewers and the fans what's the difference between an independent artist and a major artist.
Dang, that's tough. I wish I had like some more close friends that were like major artists. I can be like, okay, I can understand your position
Okay.
a little bit better. But I
Okay.
think the difference is, you know, they have a big team that's helping them, which is really nice. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not saying that all these big artists are just not doing anything. There's some that are probably still controlling a lot.
Yeah.
You know, that are really out there working and pushing
Yeah.
their brand. But then there's, you know, you have the label team, you have people pushing your booking you shows, you kind of handling your social media. It's like, once you start getting too big, you can't handle social media the same.
Yeah.
Like you got millions of followers, people you're trying to follow up. It's just a whole different world, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But as an independent artist, man, you're doing it all. Like you're responding to all the comments. You're in the DMs. Like you're literally promoting yourself, and it's exciting. It's intense. Gets sad sometimes. It's tough. Like,
it's exhausting.
Get down. It's exhausting, man.
Yeah.
And so it's just like it's a whirlwind of emotions, but it's fun, man. I love it.
That's good. That's good because at the end of the day, you don't have to worry about nobody trying to buy you out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or take everything you worked for.
Yeah. So I should speak on this because we did sign. We signed with an independent label back in April.
Okay.
And called Preach Records. Really dope label. Really good people. But, you know, I kind of came into that contract and that opportunity with leverage with a brother who's a contract killer. He's like unreal.
Okay.
So, you know, and a big thing about that was, you know, seeing what it's like working with a label, understanding their contracts, even on an independent level, because they're an independent label, but they're, you know, they're subsidiary of Universal.
That's right.
So, you know, we had a 3-song contract deal with them. And you know the way we kind of wrote it out was just having as much freedom as we possibly could.
That's right.
And, you know, we have them to help us with marketing and you know those things here and there, but you know I still get my final say in everything that we do.
That's it. That's
and
what
so
it's all
like
about.
it was just cool to be able to create a contract and put it into the actual label space that's they never seen before and no one else has ever seen before, and I guarantee no other artist is doing. And so it's just like a lot of people would be like, man, why'd you do that? I think for me, it was just giving that opportunity, the chance to learn, to figure it out, and to know I'm not locked in.
Wow.
It's amazing because, you know, it's like I can kind of go do my own thing if I need to. If that's how it works out. And so it's just been actually kind of a blessing to be able to have that opportunity. So it's good.
Come on, talk to him, man. I'm shooting it at him. He throwing it right back to me. You hear me?
Why moving to Cali? What made you move?
Oh,
there you
man.
go. Good question.
A lot of things. I think, so I had lived in California for about 6-8 months. I moved out there originally with my brother. Man, it was like 3 or 4 years ago maybe. But my girlfriend Evan was back here in North Carolina.
Okay.
And I kind of established some roots there in Los Angeles, and Sean decided to stay. So I was like, all right, cool. Like if you're staying out here, I'm good. I can come out here and work with you when I need to.
That's
like,
good.
you're gonna lock down LA. I'm gonna go back, work on my relationship, put that first.
Yeah.
And so I did that, and that was like the biggest, smartest decision I had ever made.
Yes.
One, like we have an insane relationship now. Now she's like in all my music videos.
Yeah.
Evan's in all my content on social media.
That's how you gotta do it.
So, you know, that's been huge for me. But at the same time, too, like I was able to grow really quickly being back in North Carolina because, one, it was like heat to baby. So everybody in Raleigh was working like super hard. Yeah. Like you could find everybody that was doing something in the same room in Raleigh, which was really cool. Like you don't have that opportunity in Los Angeles. It's so much bigger. Like every Radiohead, Radiohead, Coalition, whatever, podcaster, they're all in the same rooms. So we moved really quickly, and it was a cool experience. And now I have tons of people like you that I can just link with when I come back up here.
That's
and
it.
Cut it up and work with. So
it's all about relationships, dude.
Yeah.
It goes a long way.
That's huge.
So keep your bridges, man. Tap in. All right. Now talk to us about the racing. How's that going?
Yeah, man.
You like racing?
I love racing, man.
Okay.
I love cars. I'm just like, I don't know. I was young. My dad liked cars growing up, and you know, he kind of got us into it. We'd go to Charlotte Motor Speedway on Sundays because we lived in Raleigh, and we'd go see Dale Senior race, which was crazy. And I don't know why, man. I just fell in love with that whole like Dale Senior driving and fast cars, loud cars, and kind of raced some go-karts when I was younger, and I got a lot of friends that race now. I actually had the opportunity 2 weeks ago to perform at the Wake County Speedway here in Raleigh, North Carolina, which was like a huge goal of mine. That was like one of the main goals I had started in music. I was like, I want to perform, I want to open for a race. And like that night it happened, and it was just like,
I didn't even know we had a Wake County Speedway.
Man,
that's dope.
It's crazy. No one knows it's there. They're working really hard on marketing it. They're gonna kind of do some revamping over the winter here too. But like, that's kind of why they're having artists like me come out there. Yeah, is to kind of bring more people, more exposure to the track, and they're starting to do these little show series and stuff. And it's crazy, man. It's a cool sport.
That's what's up, man.
And there's a lot of room for growth. So I think that's where I can kind of like get
Would
in.
you race yourself?
Oh, 100% I will. Man. That's a
Hell
goal. of
yeah,
mine.
hell yeah.
For sure, man.
Come on, man. That's easy. Okay. Tell your fans, what do you do when you're not in the studio and not racing? What's the simple things you like to do?
Man, I like to watch TV.
Yeah.
When I get a chance. But that's like, I'm still working when I'm watching TV, so I don't know if that counts.
Okay.
I like to go to the beach, though. I think
Yeah.
I'm a huge beach fan. Like, I just grew up by the water. We live in Charleston now, so the water's right there.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can go to the beach, relax, get in the water, go surf,
Simple.
get active. I like to go play basketball or,
Yes.
I don't know. I started playing golf a little bit lately, and that's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's very good.
So,
very good.
bro, I don't know what it is. I think you just hit an age and you're just like, golf's kind of fun, man. All right.
Yeah. That's
You
dope.
just go kick it. You just drink beers, like hang out with some friends on the
That's
course.
dope.
and,
You
man,
see
like,
Steph
chill.
Curry doing it?
Yeah, man. Steph
It's
Curry's
simple.
like a killer golfer, man.
It's simple, man.
Yeah, he like grew up like playing.
Yeah, I like simple things. Okay. What advice can you give to all the artists and the people coming up underneath you? What can you tell them?
Oh man, I think biggest thing would be
Mm-hmm.
you got to just continue to keep your head down and put in the work
Mm-hmm.
and be genuine about your work too. I think it's very easy to copy and be other people, which I don't think it's a terrible thing to copy and take things from other people and little nuggets to be like, that's a good idea, like maybe I should do something off that. But like
Right.
originality is very difficult to come by, and
Authenticity.
man, like
Yes.
it's very easy to see an artist if they're not being authentic.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't understand that and realize it, and it's a very important part of the process. And people will fall in love with you because you're authentic. They won't fall in love with you because I'm not saying they won't.
Just
but
in life, man.
Yeah, there's just like people will naturally be drawn to that. And your story, I'm sure someone shares it with you. Millions of people probably share the very similar stories, and you just start talking about it, and you realize like, oh wow, I'm not the only person in this situation.
That's right.
And so people like that, and yeah, it's probably one of the biggest things, man. Staying authentic.
Tell them, Ryan, man.
Tell
Sports
them,
Betters Media. I am Hip Hop Mag. Authenticity.
What you
Okay.
gonna do after music?
I don't know, man. I don't think I ever stopped music.
Good.
There's no after music, man.
That's good.
No, that was my next
I'll
question.
start racing.
No, that was my next question.
Respect.
Do you want to continue to do music and stay in this game, or you want to do it for a little bit and maybe become a CEO where you're signing other artists to your label?
So I think ultimately I will never stop making music.
Okay.
Like a Dr. Dre, I don't think he's ever gonna stop making music. But he's gonna go on and venture and put more effort into certain parts of his life that he's
Right.
like trying to expand and grow. So I'm definitely gonna be on that same wavelength, especially with the things that we're doing now with Cypher projects. The production company my brother and I are running, and
Yeah.
working with all these other different artists, and
Yep.
also with racing, man. I think there's just a lot we can do there, a lot we can bring to the sport, a lot of just new things and
A lot of
opportunities
money.
that people aren't thinking about.
A
Yeah,
lot of money in racing. Yep.
yeah, man. I got a lot of things I want to do.
What's the biggest thing you can take away from this game as far as music?
Man, biggest thing you can take away.
Mm-hmm. Basically, what have you learned?
Man, I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. I've learned a ton. I've learned so much more about the hip hop world than I ever thought I would have learned.
Yes.
Being a white kid growing up like suburban
There it
America,
is.
like
Yes.
you don't learn a whole lot. Being in the hip hop game, you're doing things, you're pushing yourself to get out of your comfort zone. And I think that's like a lot of things. People, they can't really have that opportunity because they're not involved in music, and they're not going to just go to these hip hop shows or go to these meetings or whatever it is out of their own will for no reason.
You got to.
And I think like I've learned so much in just how the industry works, how it worked in the past with DJs,
Yes.
producers,
Yes.
artists, and like seeing how genuinely passionate people are about music and about pushing and really grinding. And like I look at these bigger artists like these Little Babies and these Da Babies and these guys, and you're like, man, that could be the guy that's right next to me. It's very similar. Like you can just tell that everyone has that hustle and that drive, and they got to
Yes.
start somewhere.
Yes.
And this is I'm in those rooms. I'm like, this is where it starts.
Yes.
So I'm gonna look back at these stories like, damn, like that's where it all started. I was that one guy in that room trying to get his song played in front of 30, 40 people. Didn't know. Maybe there's a couple DJs in the room.
Yeah.
And like getting those opportunities. It was just because I decided to put myself out there and really, make the effort.
And I tell people all the time, when God bless you with something, it's just meant for you.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
it was definitely in your blood from the beginning.
Yeah, I really feel like it was. Man.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
absolutely.
Would you do
Okay.
any acting?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're already doing so much on like the TikTok videos, so it's like it's starting to get fun, and I think it's so I've been modeling to fun music for like 5 years now.
Okay.
I started that when I got out of college because I had some friends that were doing it,
Yeah.
and they were telling me how it worked. I'm like, I need a job like that. Like I always made fun. My mom always told me I should do it when I was younger.
Yes.
Dumb for not doing it because like could have saved up a nice bag when I was young.
Yeah.
Those little kids are getting paid a lot of money. I'm like, damn, like kids like 5 years old making $500. I'm like, I'm trying to get like $15 that age. But I would definitely venture into all that side of things. I've done a few things here and there where it's just like
Do so much.
acting. But
What
it's
kind
not
of
like-
roles would you do?
Do so much.
I would like to do an out of character role where I'm playing like just someone completely different.
Yeah.
I feel like
I could see you
I
in
have
a
these
movie.
personas
I could
sometimes.
see you in a movie.
That's why I asked.
I had to
Definitely
do
see
it.
it.
I think it's easier for me to pretend to be someone like in an acting sense. Like,
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool just to see what it's
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
If I get like too involved in that character too, because I hear like Will Smith stories, like how he like became this person in this character and fell in love with this girl, and it's like, but it was just that character that fell in love with her. It's like,
Yeah.
that's wild. It's like
That's
tricky.
wild.
It is. It be like that. It's powerful. Very
Yeah,
powerful.
it's wild.
So you got acting, you got racing, you got modeling. What's the main thing you could see yourself doing if you wasn't doing music at all?
If I wasn't doing music,
Yeah.
I'd probably. That's tough. It'd be between like modeling, acting stuff, and then racing, because I feel like I would really be pushing hard
Yeah.
into racing.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
and it just takes a lot of time and money, so it's just like one of those things where you can't really split
Yeah.
time with music.
That's right.
As easy as you think it would be.
Would
So.
you put together a racing team?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it'd probably be Wondr Racing too.
Wondr Racing.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. Now tell me what's the difference between TikTok and Instagram as far as promotion and marketing now in 2022. What's the difference?
Yeah, man, it's such an interesting field right now because IG Reels is so big.
Yeah.
Because they're paying you, which is really cool. Like they're doing these IG Reels bonuses now,
Wow.
which I fortunately was able to get on that pretty early, and I think it was like before they realized how much they should be paying people.
Yeah.
And I had a video go viral, and that was the first video I ever had go viral at the time too, which is really like just so random.
Yeah.
But like, it went. So I posted it on the same video on TikTok. This is kind of giving you like a generalization of IG Reels and TikTok together. I posted the same video on TikTok the first time.
Yeah.
It's the first time I put the video out on TikTok, and it got like 11 million views on TikTok.
Yeah.
Which is huge. I was like, holy! My view count before that was like 1,000.
And you
Never
trained
happened.
all the time, so
Yeah, so now it's
Yeah.
different. It's like things are. I got getting better at doing this. But I posted it on there, and then I posted it on Instagram.
yeah.
And Instagram, it got like over 100 million, because Instagram pushed onto Facebook too.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
And
shit.
it was
Yeah.
super interesting.
Yeah.
Like, you could repost it on Instagram and it would still do really well.
Yeah.
But you couldn't repost it on TikTok and it would do well. Like, it's just like the algorithms are so interesting, and I feel like Instagram is really good for short form
Yeah.
content. TikTok does pretty well with long form content if you can hook people in the beginning.
Yeah.
The algorithm really does work with you very well. I think Instagram's algorithm is still a little bit like all over the place, where it's like it's kind of pushing randomly to Facebook. It's
Yeah.
not like based on exactly who's viewing it, their viewing time.
Mhm.
It's wild, man. I can go off for days just trying to explain like this is like, because I'm doing it all the time, like testing like post times, because you can post time, like Instagram has post times.
Yeah.
TikTok doesn't. Like, TikTok is literally just if it's a good video, like it'll probably go viral.
Yeah.
And it does sometimes if you want to repost it. Sometimes it'll do more,
Uh-huh.
but like it'll do good if it's a good video. And it's interesting how the algorithms work. And but I think you should be posting on both of them. Like if you're
What's the best
not,
time to post on Instagram?
dude, it changes, man. It changes.
That's
It's so crazy because like
Mm.
I've seen some wild, like back when Instagram Reels started, it was pretty funny because like
Yeah.
you could post at like 9:45 p.m. on a Sunday or Saturday, and you'd get 40,000 views in like 10 minutes.
That's crazy.
And then it would just like stop. It was so weird. But I was like,
So, yeah, that's
it
weird.
looks good, but like it would
That's
just
weird.
stop. It was so strange. Like it's so weird. Instagram still has a very big like time sense of things. I think it's because everybody that's on Instagram thinks that too.
Yeah.
So people start posting at the same time, and they're always on at the same time.
Mhm.
TikTok, it's the younger crowd. They're not really doing that, and they're just kind of posting whenever. So I don't know, man. It's
Found
all
the
wild.
perfect social media platform yet? Is it
Oh,
TikTok?
man.
I heard of Vero.
It's tough. TikTok still freaks me out just because
Yeah.
it's like it's so catered to America. Like man, you hear
Yeah.
about how China has like their TikToks are so censored to like what their audience can see. Like they can only see like educational stuff.
Yeah.
But in America, it's like we're seeing this wild
Everything.
stuff, like everything.
Well,
man. Like
That's what I was gonna say because I'm into TikTok, but when I get up there, all I see is ass shaking, booty, and all this other shit. So I'm like, what in the
And then,
hell
like,
is this?
there's, like-
Is it porn or I mean, what is it? You know what I mean? Yeah.
and then like they'll take down videos that just have like a curse word in them. And it's like,
Wow.
what? That doesn't make any sense. Like, why is this video of this girl's butt
Yeah.
cool? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know what they're censoring by. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense.
But
Mm.
but besides all that, I think you should approach it as a creative, like, and just as a way to push your content and get your songs out there.
Yeah, yeah,
I
so-
think that's
yeah.
like the smartest thing you can do, man. Is just
Right.
use it as a creative tool. And if you're worried about your like people taking your identity or your music or whatever, like they can do it on any platform. It doesn't matter, dude. Just
Yeah.
go out there, post. And
Yeah.
people, be a little bit more willing to be open to like. Because I think on Instagram we hold ourselves back because we have family and friends following us on there. TikTok's one of those
Yeah.
platforms where you're not really like following your family and friends.
Yeah.
So you can
A little bit more
you
freedom.
get a little bit more loose. You you don't
Yeah.
stress as much. So I think it's
Mhm.
like I've gotten a lot more of it with my content and just pushing myself to just do weird, funny, or whatever.
Keep pushing. Keep
Yeah.
pushing.
My
Keep
last
pushing.
question. What accomplishment
Yeah.
do you have to achieve to where you'll be like, I made it?
Oh man, I don't know. That's
Good question.
That's interesting too, because like
Question.
I haven't made it yet. To me, I have not made it.
Yeah,
But I
I
think
don't
to
think I
some
made it
to some people, this is like I'm in a spot like it's insane. I don't know
Yeah.
how I'm here. I like 6 years ago when I started, like I was questioning how the hell did you get to a spot like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But as you
Wow.
go through it and you realize, I think
Not
when you make, I don't know if you like, yeah, I wonder if you ever make it. I wonder
I
if it's
don't
just
think
like
you
you always have a next goal and
yeah.
it's like whether
Yeah.
it's I made it in music, yeah, but like what else am I gonna do? Like so you're
Exactly.
like the wonder of what you could do now. Tying it back to that.
That's right.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's a good answer, man.
Okay, and back to the music. Let me ask you this: it's a lot of guys that say they want to do music and they want to be in the business, but don't stick to their craft or put out visuals. What do you tell people like that?
Who just don't like have the motivation.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, like if you're not motivated by what you're doing,
Mm.
maybe it's not your lane. Maybe it's not exactly what you should be doing. Maybe there's something in music that you do love
Yeah.
that maybe there's a different angle you can approach. But if you're not
Mm.
really loving your process or loving making music and pushing it,
Yeah.
it's tough too because I understand like you just want to be an artist at the end of the day.
Don't
You
be
just wanna-
discouraged.
Yeah, I don't be discouraged. I think it also takes time to break out of that shell.
That's
Like,
right.
I think
Yeah.
it takes a lot of work and effort to force yourself to go film a TikTok or film a reel or take a
Mhm.
photo just to post it on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Like that stuff takes effort and time.
Yep.
I don't know, man. It's easy to get tripped up and just think that if you put out a song, everything's gonna come to you.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
just not the way it works.
It's not
It's
the way
really
it
tough
works.
unless you know somebody, man. Like
Yeah.
if you're not connected and like through a label already,
Yeah.
like good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Favorite artist on your playlist, Wonder?
Oh my gosh. This is such a hard question, man, because especially today, because I'm listening to so much different stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, man. I listen to a ton. Y'all gonna be like, what? I'm like, I listen to a ton of Harry Styles. Like,
Okay.
dude is a performer. Like, writes really great music. Like, recently I've been on that kick because like I've been listening to so much, like I don't know, like rap, hip hop. That I'm like, I kind of need to get touched back in my roots, like rock a little bit more.
There you
Because
go.
I hadn't been listening to it for so long,
Yeah.
and like hip hop's my listening years changed so much. Like it was started out with old school. Like I was listening to, I don't know, like Biggie, Jay-Z, those guys. Like, I was really obsessed with like
You my age,
that
man.
area.
Yeah.
that,
Come on.
It was
Yeah.
just like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was one of my favorite shows.
Yeah.
So I was getting a lot of
Wow.
like musical influence through that, like because it's just whatever they were like using for pitch and sync on the
Yeah.
show. You're like hearing it, you're like, oh, it's that song. I want to go listen to that.
Yeah.
But I mean, going back to your question,
Yeah.
my favorite artist on my playlist right now. I mean, yeah, it's probably shit, man. I'm trying to like you think,
Take
like,
your time. You all right?
yeah, it's probably like Harry Styles or
Yeah.
something like that. I'm gonna be real. Like,
Shouts
I'm
out
not
to
gonna lie
Harry.
to you. Just like right now, what I'm listening to, but all time,
Mm-hmm.
especially when I'm growing up, like you know, it was like either, I mean, like Drake was big, you know, coming out when I was in high school. Like that's
Yeah.
like when people get really in touch with stuff. Wiz Khalifa, like
Yes.
like that was huge, man. I went and saw Wiz Khalifa when I was in high school. And, like, that
Larry
was, like,
June's my new Drake.
Yeah, see,
Yes,
I need to listen to
yes.
more Larry June.
Swear to
dude.
God,
It's
bro.
crazy, man.
Swear to
There's
God.
so much talent too. Like
So much, man. So
I mean, I have
much.
kicks where it's like I'll be listening to Anderson .Paak and just start getting into this whole jazz, like
Yeah.
almost like funk.
Yes.
I have a huge playlist of just funk music.
Yeah.
It's just all over the place.
It's all over the place. Okay. Hey, favorite place you want to visit in the future?
Man, there's a lot of places I want to go.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but favorite place I want to visit, I feel like somewhere overseas, like in Europe, like
Wow.
I don't know, man. Somewhere like in Italy, like
Maybe
nice
Egypt.
water.
Maybe
Egypt
E-
would be great. Something even crazier. I feel like Europe's just too basic. Maybe
Yeah.
like I gotta think outside the box, like Dubai or like,
Yes.
that sounds crazy to me.
Yes, dude. It's a lot of history out there, man. A lot of stuff that we don't know and
No,
haven't been
fuck
taught.
Stuff we don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
wild.
serious. That's serious,
Dead
okay?
serious.
Hey, my next question is favorite NBL, NFL team, but you got that jersey on there. Yeah.
Yeah. So
You watch basketball.
Yeah, I watched a little bit. I watched more basketball when I
Good.
was younger. When it was Kobe and Shaq. Like I was obsessed with that era. Like my brother and I, we had the Kobe. I had the Shaq jersey. He had the Kobe jersey. And you know, we just fell in love with it back then. My dad was watching a lot of basketball around that time too.
Yeah.
But definitely watch a lot more football these days. I feel like
Yeah.
Patriots, but Tom Brady fans, just like
Mm.
it's just how it is, man. If you're a Patriots fan, if you grow up a Patriots fan, like you watch Tom Brady play your entire. I watched Tom Brady play my entire
Your
life.
entire
The
life.
first football game I ever saw was Tom Brady. So it's
For
like you
20
just become
years.
that. Like you have to follow this guy.
Jesus.
So I'm like I'm watching him play a lot, and it's just entertaining. Dude. It's
Man.
just love that.
Hey, that's dope. That's dope, man. That's dope. Okay, tap in.
Do you like
Sports
performing
Betters Media.
music or performing more?
Do I like writing music or performing?
Performing more.
Man, it's so interesting because like I used to get so scared and nervous to go on stage and perform, and I don't know if it's like I've just been putting so much work and practice into my vocals recently and into the show side of things. And after the show we did the last week, you know, getting comfortable with how my setup is, having this Apollo interface that like you're talking about, like having your vocals sound the way you want them to sound during a show, and really be like, oh wow, this is it. Like this is how I want my performance to be.
Yeah.
Like it made it so much more fun and enjoyable. Like knowing that like I was good. Like this set's gonna sound good no matter what.
Yeah.
And like I have everything that I want set up. Like we had got all the sound system ourselves. Like we were the only ones performing, and
Yeah.
like that was also nice because I knew when I was gonna go on.
Yeah.
There was no like everything was set up. Everything was ready, and it was like I don't know, man. I started playing guitar in that set too, and I've been playing guitar more and making more rock music recently, and it's like I don't know, man. It's fun as hell.
Dude,
So
come
like
on.
now I'm like, damn, like recording is a blast. I love making music.
There
Man.
you go.
And, like being in the studio with another writer, producer, and just like I don't know, you just have a good time. Like especially when you make like a hit, you're just like, wow, like we just did that. Like that's insane. Like how did we like just come up with that?
Well, Ryan, I tell people you got to have multiple eggs in your basket. So if you want to produce, you want to write, make music, do it all. Because you don't want to be in one lane. You want to have multiple lanes. So.
Yeah, and you need
Very
to
good.
be these days. Man.
Very good.
I think a big thing too is like you gotta. The show is getting overlooked. The performance is getting overlooked. I think a lot of artists are going out and just performing the song. There's nothing really like special like happening, and I think it's getting harder for artists to put on big shows. Like it's very hard because it is so saturated, and you're seeing some TikTok artists blow up, and then they're going and playing shows, and they're having a hard time building the audience, and it's like. Man, it's such an important part because that's where you're getting a lot of real fans at your shows. When they see you live, it's like it's a game changer. Then they're buying your merch. Then they're with you for life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's important, man. So
Very important.
putting a lot of practice into that and trying to figure out the best way.
All right. Favorite place Ryan likes to eat?
Oh man, these are good questions. I like this, and I love food, man. That's like,
Yeah, oh.
that's my sweet spot.
Very good. Very good.
My favorite place I like to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I have my moments. You know, I feel like in high school I loved Waffle House. Being
Okay.
from North Carolina, college I loved cookout. And I'm giving you like the grimy food if I'm gonna go like this for something that's I really love, but I don't eat all the time.
Okay. Yeah.
Now we cook, man.
Yeah.
We make good. We
There
make
you
good
go.
food, man.
There you
Like,
go. There you
I don't
go.
think you can beat the food. Like for
Mhm.
me personally, like I make these meals. I'm like, damn, I'm gonna go out and spend $30 on a meal that tastes like nothing as good as this. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's good food, sure, but like
Yeah.
this food's insane. It's so like, I make a pad thai dish. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I have Evan with me. She's like the smart. She goes in. She figures out all the ingredients.
Yeah.
You know, food comes first. Is her Instagram? You can follow it.
There you go. Oh.
She's got it all out there.
We'll
She
get that
posts
at the
good
end.
food. Yeah, get the
Very
plug.
good. You see a lot of people doing that, making foods.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
pandemic
I know, man.
brought
It
people's
forces you to-
creativity out.
So what's your favorite thing to cook then?
Yep.
Pad thai.
Pad
Yeah,
thai.
we make a mean pad thai.
So good.
What is it?
It's
Yeah.
like Asian noodles.
Yeah.
It's like a Thai noodle.
Not bad.
Like peanut is like the main,
So
is the
much
focus of the
peanut
dish.
butter.
It's
Not
peanut.
bad.
Yeah, man,
Not
it's,
bad.
it's so
I
good
might
though.
try it.
Not
Yeah, we
bad.
started adding like some hot sauce to like the sauce for it, and like
Yeah.
getting a little bit spicier, and it's,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good.
Very good. Wondr94. Tell us who do you do this for when you wake up every day?
Man, I do it for her,
Mhm.
for my family, and then you know everyone that's riding with me, my fans.
Yeah.
You know, ultimately, I feel like I owe. I don't think I owe, but I feel like I need to give these people this side of me and give them this music and give them this opportunity to have someone they can relate to, and I need to find a way to tell my story and find a way to influence people to be better and do better and you know feel better. I think that's the biggest thing is that people are, you know, it's a tough time,
Obligations.
and I think there's just a lot. Yeah, I feel like people deal with mental illness, and it's like you know
Yes,
they need to know that everybody
yes.
goes through it, no matter what walk of life. Doesn't matter who you are, how rich you are, how poor you are. Like people are dealing with shit.
Yes.
You don't even know, and so
Yeah.
it's like finding ways to relate to those kids and those families and people, whoever it is.
Yes.
And I feel like I owe it, you know, especially just because like I have this gift that I've been given. Like
Yes.
to waste it, it'd
Yes.
be ridiculous. Like I would feel like an idiot for wasting that.
Yes.
And so just taking as much advantage of it as possible.
That's it,
Spreading
right?
the word.
That's it, boy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it, boy. Hey, let the viewers and the fans know where we can find you at on all platforms.
Yeah, you can find me at Wondr94. There's no E, and that's everywhere. All social media platforms.
Yeah.
I got a website. It's Wondr94.com. So you know everything's on there. Merch, socials. Yeah.
All right, you heard it here first. Sports Betters Media. I am Hip Hop Mag. C11 Studios. Wondr94.
I appreciate you guys.
Appreciate
man.
you, boy. That's hard. That's hard, bro.
You got good questions.